guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Frieren. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 16 of season 1 of Frieren, and we just had ourselves a little 3-month excursion of pretending to be somebody we're not, but learning that words matter. And I loved that episode. I loved the lessons that we got from it, but also the character growth. And whether you're pretending to be somebody else or not, going through training to be a little bit more refined and, you know, work on your behavior, maybe just carry yourself a little bit grander and wear a different hairstyle and different clothes for sure. But, you know, the fact that Stark has now been trained to dance, as well as Fern, and that he got to learn from the Lord about how to fight with a sword when he's very accustomed to fighting with an axe, this only makes them stronger. You know, I think dance moves allow you to move with grace. That's why a lot of football players take dance classes, is because it keeps them light on their feet. It keeps them agile and mobile and able to do certain, you know, I mean, like, how many times have you seen a football player, like, kind of twist up in the air a little bit? And, you know, it's because they've had dance training. So I think it'll only come in handy. You know, we got some money. Not that that's, like, the end-all, be-all, but to continue our journey. We are funded for at least a year, 3 meals a day and snacks, according to Fern. And I'm excited to see Zine grow a little bit more, because definitely the last episode, him putting his faith and his trust in Frieren, the way Heiter did, and because she said she is, if anything, has integrity. If she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it. And, you know, he now believes that in her. So I think that's great. And it ended with, you know, Frieren, like, kind of going through the grimoire and looking up and seeing her group, her now new group of heroes, not to replace group number 2. Definitely doesn't replace group number 1. But, you know, it's like this whole adventurer clan that's traveling to defeat no one. We're on our way to heaven. We're just defeating people along the way. And I'm very glad. How convenient that we picked up a priest just before we found a town that was very sleepy and was put to sleep by a curse. And the only person who could really fight the monster was, in fact, Zine. And to wake Frieren up with like 5 seconds to do what she needed to do, she didn't even need 1 second. It was over with. It was more of a show for us than anything. Like, that was easy work for her. And she's like, well, now that that's done, let's go. And, you know, she trusted Zine to do it. And that, like, she's like, hey, wake me up, bye. And, you know, like she knew that he would. And I love that. I love the team that we have. Very dependable. And I just love Stark. I keep saying Stark because that's what it looks like on the screen, but Stark is just, he's turning into one of my favorite characters. He really is. Especially the conversation that he had with the Lord, and kind of seeing like the parallels of his father, but then also seeing how they are not parallels. And, you know, how he wishes his father would have responded to him, and, you know, what it was kind of like to be Stoltz for a hot second, to like be like, you know, the one that like his father would lift up and talk about, and, you know, always speak with high regard. And, you know, he kind of saw the Lord speaking to his younger son in a way that he was just like, hey, do you want to tell him how great he is? Because, like, he probably needs to hear it. And he's like thinking, like, that's what I would have wanted to hear. And he's just like, I tell him all the time. So he doesn't work as hard, you know? And that's, you know, a different problem, as Stark says. But I think that was great that we got to kind of repair a little bit of some internal damage that had happened a long time ago. It doesn't fix it completely. It doesn't stop it from hurting. But definitely, I think being able to go through that and be in those roles and be able to mend something in each other was very, very helpful for the future. So guys, I don't know what to expect in this episode, so let's go. Fishing? Yes. Who was it that sat down, though? Last time we started with Zine.
Hey, Zine!
Oh. His friend's name was Gorilla?
There was a mage passing through. He said he's got time to take our photo if we hurry. Never heard of it. A photo? What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Just come on! Don't worry.
His friend took
It'll
his
be an
hand and made
adventure.
him go. Yeah. Does he still have the picture? I love flashbacks with Zine because he's very sad and traumatized about losing his friend. He does. Look at that. Smile? No. No. I'm glad winter didn't take that long, that it cleared up and it's spring now.
You said this guy's a strong warrior, right?
He's a dwarf who stood guard over the next village for almost 400 years.
Another dwarf.
Usually about 3 centuries.
He's a long-lived friend of mine. Everyone calls him Old Man Full. I want to chat with him one more time before he dies.
Wow, you're all hard, huh?
A rare opportunity.
Yeah.
I suppose
Oh,
I can
look at
accept a
her.
detour if it's that important to you.
Thank you, Fern. We'll stay for a decade or so.
We're
No.
staying 1 week at most.
There you go. Fern's got to be the adult here. Cute.
Is that the village?
It's a cute tree. It's very pretty. Is that him? Hello.
You see? I did my best with the stories, but nothing could live up to the real thing.
This guy looks too old to stand up.
He's so cute.
Remind me, who are you again?
He's totally decrepit.
You know what, Stark? Calm down.
What's the point in pretending to be senile?
Oh, he's that quick.
Most deaths in battle come from the careless underestimation of your opponent.
I love him.
Trouble standing. It doesn't matter how strong you are. An injury can be the end of anyone, especially if that person doesn't defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If I had drawn my sword, you'd be down one leg, young man.
Yep.
Your strategies are
Apologize.
as underhanded as ever.
Please make yourself at home.
Wait, Frieren! I can't walk.
That's fine. You'll be training here with him anyway.
Oh, meet your new best friend.
You're more than welcome to use the firewood.
If we're going to be here for 10 years, we'll need to find some work.
We're not going to be
Talked
here for
about
10
this.
years.
We're staying for a week, remember?
Okay, fine.
10 years is so long, Frieren. You have to think about your companions here. Wow. How incredibly helpful.
This is a small village. Sometimes we struggle to find help during the harvest, so thank you.
It's not like we have anything else to do.
Oh, well, that's not a good way to answer that.
This is the happiest I've ever seen Old Man Full. Until your party arrived, I didn't know that he had any friends.
Aww.
He's a senile old man. Conversations are a struggle for him.
No, it is not.
He's like our protective deity.
So he's always been lonely then.
Oh, that's actually really sad. He pretends to be senile to keep people probably at a distance, but he's still taking care of the village. Look at Stark. Don't fall asleep in your meat. Oh, is that a special mushroom? Whoa. He took that out. Aww. It's so nice that she still has a friend that's alive.
I've been meaning to say thank you, by the way. I didn't understand back then, but I'm grateful now.
Oh, I love a good flashback.
You gave me a reason to get to know Himmel and the others.
What made
I
you
love
decide to
it.
take this post, Old Man Full?
It's ancient history now. Doesn't matter. Not anymore.
Sure it does.
People don't often risk their lives for something that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It was my wife. This is the village she loved. I will protect it until I die. She was a human. I'm keeping a promise to someone the world has long forgotten. Through this act, I remember.
That is so beautiful.
This is my memory, and I will carry it alone. It sounds silly, doesn't it?
No.
Keeping a promise to the dead.
Nope.
Guarding a home she'd no longer recognize.
That is showing love.
But it still matters.
It does.
Living or dead, you made a promise to someone you love. She'd be glad to know you've kept it.
Himmel, you have the makings of a great hero. I have no doubt that you'll defeat the Demon King. My wife's greatest wish was to lead an ordinary life in the era of peace that the defeat of the Demon King would surely have brought about. I look forward to the day of your victory. I will carry your memory as I have carried hers.
Well, that is such a beautiful thing to say.
Guess it'll be your job then. You'll be the one to carry our memories into the future. Won't you?
I guess if I have to.
If I have to. She's wanting to now.
I have a collection of handsome poses to show you for your recollections.
On second thought, maybe I won't remember you.
Oh, that's not nice.
He showed me the poses, but I doubt it was actually necessary.
It wasn't.
Almost feels like a waste of a memory.
Do you remember that hero's face?
Yes, of course I do.
And his voice?
I remember everything. Himmel is the reason I decided I'd get to know people at all. Like your reason for defending this village from danger.
I don't think he can remember his wife's face or her voice.
I can't remember. It's all gone now. Her face, her voice, the light I saw in her eyes. And yet, I continue. Because it matters to me. By the way, what brings you all the way out here? Where is your party headed?
Heaven.
We're going to Aureole, the land where souls rest.
And where is that?
Enda, where the Demon King's castle is.
So you're finally setting off to defeat the Demon King.
Well, that's already been done.
Old Man Full. The Demon King is already...
Did he just die?
What is
no,
it?
Thank God. Thank God. Whew.
I'm very glad I got to see you at the end of my life.
You said that exact same thing when we spoke 80 years ago.
I mean...
I dreamed of my wife last night.
Really?
Perhaps reminiscing with you shook something loose that was buried deep in my memory.
I love when that happens.
See you later.
Whew. Shook something loose in my memories, too.
I joined up with your party for a reason. You remember, right?
Because it was a lifelong dream of yours to travel with a sexy older woman?
That's
Wow.
important too, but it's not the main thing. I'm traveling with you for this. An old friend. He left my village 10 years ago, and it's time we saw each other again.
A photo? Wow, these are rare.
Really?
It seems we're following the same roads. I've actually met several people who've seen him. The northern lands are much smaller than they look. We can probably
Wow.
keep going north and run into him eventually.
Hopefully, but what was up with the mage that took the photo? I'm not going to try to miss that.
He's the type to leave an impression. And he has a unique name.
Gorilla.
Oh, really? What is it then?
Goes by Guerrilla Warrior.
Gorilla Warrior. Okay. Captions kind of ruined that for me, but I'm grateful.
What is his real name?
I called him Guerrilla Warrior for years. Everyone in the village did. To be honest, he didn't give us much of a choice.
And you all just went along with it?
I mean,
By the way, I'm known as Goatee Priest.
Even worse.
yeah, I
People
wouldn't
call
go by
you
that.
before you were a priest with a goatee?
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
I'm with you, Fern.
And I guarantee he wouldn't let them call him anything else.
This guy sounds really weird.
I like
Oh,
him.
yeah, weirdest guy I've met.
It's his best friend, Gorilla Warrior. Wow, well, I want to run into this guy. I want him to join our group.
Pretty soon we'll finally be in the magical city.
This leg of our journey has felt so long.
And for once, I'm blameless.
Excuse me, did someone who went by Gorilla pass through here in the past 10 years?
Oh, you mean Mr. Guerrilla Warrior?
He's famous.
He's the type to leave an impression, and he has such a unique name.
Show does?
Mr. Gorilla had a pretty good relationship with the stubborn old woman who lives up on the plateau. You should try asking her.
The old woman, just his type.
I'm a stubborn old woman, as you can see. I'm
Okay,
not
maybe
telling
not
you
that
for
old.
free, son.
Oh, I guess she calls herself that.
What do we have to do?
Work?
You will deliver this letter to a man named Nagel. He's a blacksmith in the neighboring town.
Noggle?
It reminds me of my adventures with Himmel.
You did things like this with a great hero?
Oh, yeah.
And most of the time, those errands evolved into troublesome hunts for either treasure or monsters.
Please don't
Height
jinx
her
us like
crying.
We should do everything we can to get her to open up to us.
Plus, you learn more about people when you do this. You took that chicken's eggs. A lion and a
This
gazelle
stubborn
mix?
old woman just refuses to open up to us.
I'm starting to see why everyone calls her that now.
If Himmel or Heiter were here, convincing her to talk to us would have only taken hours.
Probably.
It's too bad that everyone in our party is socially awkward.
There's one more thing. You're going to
One more
polish the
thing.
statue of the heroes in the canyon. Come with me. I'll show you the way.
Oh.
It's a stone carving of the heroes that supposedly saved the whole world a long
Supposedly.
time ago. A couple of forgotten heroes. No one even knows their names, but we've looked after it for generations.
Is it going to be our heroes?
Speaking of names, young man, you're goatee priest, right?
What? How did you know about that?
Gorilla warrior.
A priest and a warrior. It's
Aw.
older than I thought it would be.
Is that Croft?
I think I recognize the warrior, but I'm not sure how. It's a statue of Croft.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're right.
It looks just like him.
Croft knew Gorilla.
We should get started while there's light.
He hasn't seen his friend in a long time. This means a lot to him right now.
So the warrior's name is Croft. And this one?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's no matter.
I thought it was going to be Gorilla. But that could have been you.
According to the chief, these guys were a duo of ancient heroes, but nobody I talked to remembers their names. We won't end up like that, though. Our legend won't be an easy one to forget.
Not when you pick a name like Gorilla Warrior.
It's our fate to be forgotten. Even the most vibrant stories will fade.
True.
You think I could have muscles like that if I worked out hard enough?
Sure, buddy.
I've got
I'd
a
love
new
to see
name.
him now.
From now on, call me Gorilla Warrior.
He made everyone call him that from there on.
I want to become an unforgettable hero, then I need a more memorable name.
Yep.
A strange approach, but it's worth a try. Goatee Priest. Now, how's that for unforgettable?
He doesn't even have a goatee.
That's a great name.
You should grow one when you can. Might look good.
It does look like him. Oh.
Fighting is pretty much all he's good for.
Whatever else you say about him, his name sure was memorable. Gorilla talked about you all the time. His friend Goatee Priest. He said the two of you would become heroes whose names would be remembered forever. Foolish.
No one forgot Goatee Priest or Gorilla Warrior. We need to find out who the other person is, the statue that fought with Croft.
Did you figure out where Gorilla went?
Yeah, Tour. It's a trading city in the middle of the northern lands.
Okay, so we're not getting there anytime soon.
And it's in the opposite direction of Voicerst.
Yeah. You gonna split up?
What am I gonna do now?
Please don't split up.
And you alright?
Every time an episode ends, I just am like, no, I need more. All right, let's talk about it. Okay, what a lovely episode this was. To meet Fall and him kind of playing senile and kind of messing around a little bit and showing Stark what's up. Again, we get more training for Stark, and that's great. And Frieren's like, we're going to stay for 10 years. Fern's like, no, we are not. Yeah, you kind of have to put your foot down when somebody's just like, 10 years is nothing. Fern's like, that's an eternity. I agree, but it's nice to, you know, see someone besides Eisen, which is still Eisenheit, that remembers Frieren, but then, you know, also the story with his wife and how he can't remember her face or her voice. And, you know, that happens over time. I can't tell you that I mean, if I heard my sister's voice after all these years in a recording, I don't even have a recording of her voice, but if I did, I'd probably lose it because I have not heard her voice in 25 years. And, you know, that's like one of those things that's just like you hate that like that memory fades, or that like it's been such a long time that did they even exist? And, you know, it's when he said like I had a dream of my wife last night and you must have, you know, knocked something loose, and like that's just so beautiful. I really, really enjoy this show and how it makes me feel. And, you know, her like thanking him for like wanting to have the memories of her friends and to make the world remember who they were, and, you know, because it matters to her, and that's lovely. Like, she doesn't really say a lot about feelings most of the time, but like, you know, she must have felt very close to fall to like say like it matters to me, and that was really beautiful. And, you know, making another memory with him, and, you know, she's like slightly offended. She's like, of course I remember. And her memory is so fresh right now. Like it feels like no time has passed for her sometimes. And, you know, for us, it would just like I said, 25 years. And it's just like, where did it go? It's just fleeting now. And then obviously with Zine and having, you know, Gorilla as his best friend, like, I don't know. I'm like, it's so funny because I did not trust Hyder, and I was like, he's up to no good, because that's kind of like what I taught to expect. And I was like, that mage, you know, because everyone's like, photo is really rare, you know, and I was like, it's a curse or whatever. I don't know, but, you know, him wanting to like have an unforgettable name and to be remembered, and everybody's remembering him. You know, everyone remembers Guerrilla Warrior. And, you know, goatee priest. He didn't even have a goatee. Hyter was just like goatee priest. And like now he's like kind of got a little bit of a goatee, not really much of one, but like he like made it fit. He made his name fit. And I think if he went around telling people that he's goatee priest, everyone would be like, I've heard of you. Oh my gosh, Guerrilla Warrior. And like it'd be a lot easier, but where he needs to go is in the opposite direction of where we need to go. What was it called? Oyverst? It's Auberst, but it is definitely not said that way. I really need to like write it down. It's just we weren't getting anywhere close to it, so I was just like, you know, eventually, and I'm like, oh, we're getting a little close now. So I would like for him to stick with our group to have more adventures, but I don't know how long it would take for him to get to Gorilla at that point. And Gorilla might have moved. Like, what if he went all the way to wherever he is and Gorilla is in the city that we were headed to anyway? You know, I feel like our group, if we went west to our city, we'd eventually go, you know, north to where he needs to be. And if he could be patient and be with us, and we'd help him get there. And, you know, it was really nice when they went to the statue and I saw the elf ears. I was like, that's Croft. And I was like, oh, Croft and Gorilla had a thing. It wasn't Gorilla on the statue. It was somebody that looked like Zine. That was so touching. I really want him to get to his friend, but I feel like that's not going to happen anytime soon. Why would we get that anytime soon? But also, I want him to have adventures before he, you know, runs into his friend again. Not that I'm like, oh, I need this to go as slowly as possible, but I want him to be able to tell adventurous tales when he gets to his friend, and like his friend go, wow, you finally went on an adventure. Like, that's amazing. And you know, have stories to tell. And I think that would be like a beautiful reunion. And, you know, I don't know what the look was that Frieren gave Fall, like when she's like, but we defeated the demon and like stopped. And, you know, he's at the end of his life, and he said that 80 years ago. I was like, oh my God, he's going to die on this hill. Himmel has scarred me. And then when he was sitting there on the rock at the end and they were saying goodbye, I was like, he's dead. that one's from Grumpier Old Men. But I was like just expecting him to not be alive anymore. But I feel like if they're headed to Aureole, and if he does die in the time in which they get to Aureole or whatever it may be, that, you know, there might be a little mini reunion for him and his wife that we get to see. And, you know, she's human, so she has been dead for quite some time. And that could have been in the middle of his life, in the beginning of his life. It could have been, you know, in the past 80 years. And she died when, you know, like Himmel died. You know, it could have been anything. But like for him to like still defend that village is such a beautiful thing to do for his wife. Even though he can't remember her the way that he would like to, he still honors her memory by doing his duty to protect her village. And they don't even know why he's there. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. This show is amazing. I can't wait for the next episode. But you're going to have to wait. If you would like to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon. And some episodes early. I don't really know how many at this point. Sorry. Could be 2, could be 4. I don't know. But head on over there if you'd like to do a watch-along format with your own copy, obviously, because copyright and I don't break laws. So, but what did you think of this episode? What did you think of Fall? I really appreciated, one, a different perspective from a dwarf, but also like him expressing the love for his wife and the memory and like how that fades and me also feeling that and how heartbreaking that is, that you want to remember somebody that you loved so much and you can't because it just starts to fade like everything else. It's amazing. I have a memory in my head of like when I was 3, but like I can't hear my sister's voice. I can hear my grandma's laugh, who died when I was 5, but I can't hear my sister. You know, well, I do remember her last words to me, so I guess that's enough, and I will cherish that for forever, or as long as my memory allows. Oh, yeah. If there's anything, the story of Frieren is, you know, like letting people know that you appreciate them while they're alive, telling them your feelings while you have them in front of you, and, you know, doing what you can to cherish all the memories that you have while you can remember them. This show is amazing. I love it. But guys, come back here for the next episode. I think we're going to have Zine trying to figure out what he's going to do and where he's going to go. I feel like he's going to stick around with us for a while, and that's exciting. So come back here for that, if it happens or not. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.